Hi, y'all. We're at Raleigh at the annual AAW, American Association of Woodturners Symposium, and I have the opportunity to spend a few minutes with Sam and his lovely wife Cheryl, and we just thought we'd reach out and talk to y'all a little while. Sam, tell me a little bit about what got you interested in wood turning, your start.
You know, everybody that turns has a story. I don't care who you are. If you turned in front of a lathe, you have some sort of a story as far as how you started. For me, it was a coaching buddy loaned me a lathe. This was 1988 or so I started messing around before 1990. And 2 years before that, the AAW was organized, but I didn't know it was out there. I didn't know they had a magazine. I didn't know anybody who turned, and for a long time, I didn't see anybody turn. It's a different story in 2019. There are a lot of resources available, and you know, my mission is to tell people, new wood turners especially, get connected, and the best way to do that is with the American Association of Woodturners. They got a great magazine. Anyway, there's a lot of resources out there now, magazines, DVDs, YouTube, of course. And what do you think, Mike? What else can people do?
Well, let me get to that question in just a moment. Let me just take a brief moment to tell you about my background. I was in the Army Reserves for over 20 years, didn't have time for any hobbies. Got a job consulting when I was a road warrior, traveled 100% of the time, didn't have any time for hobbies. I got off the road the last 3 years of my career and joined a woodworking club and getting into woodworking and buying some woodworking tools and a joiner and a planer and a bandsaw and a table saw. And then I had an opportunity to get in a hands-on class with one other fella who invited me to tag along. He was paying one of our local woodturners in Atlanta, and all of a sudden I was hooked. It's like, yeah, that's where I want to go with my woodworking activities. I like that instant gratification, which I think is one of those things that appeals to a lot of us. And I was fortunate enough to early on get in a club and get exposed to AAW. You know, there's a lot of startup costs, I think, when you're beginning wood turner. But you know, the second year I was wood turning, I joined AAW, and I've been a member ever since. And I've been turning about 12 years, and it is a tremendous resource. There's the digitized magazines that go back 35 years now, I think. That they're all indexed. You can find every one of them. They've got a quarterly digital magazine that comes out focused primarily on beginning wood turners. You know, a lot of you guys out there, I know you enjoy watching videos, and Sam and I think to some extent have some very similar styles, and our videos appeal to a similar audience, but you can get inspired by videos and you can get some ideas for projects. The one thing video I think will not do is it won't give you that correction you need, where you need somebody to sit with you and hands-on. Because if you just go in your basement or go out to your shop, stick maybe a dull piece of wood, a dull tool, a dull piece of steel into a fast-turning piece of wood, bad things are going to happen. And you can solve a lot of that by some preliminary, early on beginning instruction.
Yeah. You can grow much faster if you're connected. And I got to talk about our club, my club in Wyoming. I am from north central Wyoming in Warland, and if you've seen my videos, you know I've talked about my club, the Warland, Wyoming Woodturners. And 2009, we became an American Association of Woodturners chapter, and we're very proud of that. In fact, probably in the fall sometime, there'll be a little article on our club. Now, I recently moved to Montana, but I still consider that my club, and there was nothing in Wyoming. We're the only sanctioned club in the state of Wyoming. We're very proud of that. But like Mike said, get connected. Find out what's in your area for other wood turners or clubs of any kind for wood turning, and you'll grow much faster and you'll be much safer doing it.
And safety is important because you want to continue this. And I was helping one fella doing a basic wood turning project, and then I had to leave, and he had a lathe with a Reeves drive, and it was set on the fastest speed, and then I left, and I just didn't realize what he was going to run into. And somehow he got that thing turned on full speed. His bowl blank goes flying across the room, bouncing off the wall, and his wife comes running in there and said, you know, I'm going to cut you off unless you get some adult supervision. So,
Yeah. Yeah, it can be very dangerous. And, you know, going back to my origins in wood turning, I often say I should have quit because I didn't know what I was doing. I really didn't. And I should have gotten hurt. And it's lucky I didn't get hurt because I would make tools out of old files. Don't do that. It's really dangerous. The steel in files is high carbon and they can break really easy. And I broke a couple of them.
and they got micro fractures, you know, where they've been milled.
Yeah, so get some help, get started. You can contact Mike, I know, you can contact me and ask questions. That's a great way to do it. Get connected to somebody that has more experience.
And one of the things AAW provides is you can go online and find a chapter. If you don't have a clue, you say, well, I don't know if there's any chapters. I ran into one fellow that did wood turning videos, and I was at a regional symposium, and I could see him out the window walking in. I said, I got to catch up with him. And I said, you don't belong to any clubs, do you? And I could tell from his YouTube. No. He says, well, why not? He says, well, there's not any around. He says, there's one over here in Rome, just right down the road. Oh, I didn't know about it. So I know not everybody's a joiner. And some of y'all may not be joiners. You think you're fine by yourself, but try it. Socialization is important, but you can get somebody to help you, somebody that's happy to have you come visit their shop, and it'll just get you off started right, or get you to the next level.
And the AAW has a great magazine, the American Woodturner, and I think that's really how I started. In the early 90s, I ran across that magazine in a newsstand, and I was like, there's other people out there doing wood turning. It's like, you know, so it was a big boost to what I was doing at that time. I was always a woodworker, but wood turning is so much fun, and it's great to get involved in that. So.
And I want to say thank you to all of y'all that dropped by and said hello and shook my hand, say how much they enjoyed the videos. And I know, Sam, you had that same experience. Sometimes you kind of feel like a rock star in a very tiny little niche, but it really is gratifying when you put as much time and effort into making videos as we do to get that kind of encouragement and feedback and feel like you're making some contribution.
Absolutely, and I just feel so humbled because so many people come up and just shake your hand and they say, you know, thank you for what you're doing, and I appreciate that. And it really keeps me going, making more videos.
Absolutely. I guess I got one more thing to say. Y'all stay safe and come on back here. And Sam, you got anything to say?
I just keep on turning and do it safely, and thank you, Mike, for, you know, encouraging me to do this video here. This has been fun.
Okay. Thank you, Cheryl, for videoing. Bye.